Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing on YouTube today? Now, before you yell at me, yes, today is Thursday. It's not Wednesday. I promised my Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania 34 reviews would be up on a Wednesday. Now, allow me to explain. It was not a problem of time. I actually had time to record both of them. But what happened? They didn't show up. How does that make sense? I have no idea. I can't tell you how annoyed I was after filming both of them, feeling good, because this video, which is going to be the Raw review, and the next video, which is going to come up, is going to be the SmackDown review video. That's going to be it for me for a bit until we get to Saudi Arabia for that greatest Royal Rumble show, which is, it is quite stacked if you haven't heard about it already in more ways than one. Now, as I was saying earlier, I have no idea why the videos did not save to my drive. I looked for them everywhere on the memory. They just weren't there. I don't know if I had a problem with my camera or something, but I've tried this out a couple of times. It's been working today. Hopefully it will work here. So without further ado, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. What is this? I've already explained. WrestleMania 34 is over, it's done, but that doesn't mean the excitement is gone. Oh, the excitement is just picking up. We've got the Superstar Shake-Up next week. Not a full draft, because we really don't need that right now, but a shake-up, good thing. And then Saudi Arabia show, Friday, April 27th, starting in the afternoon if you live in Eastern Time Zone, 12 o'clock p.m., and I can't be more excited for that. I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm going to admit to something. I'm more excited for this than I was for WrestleMania. Yeah, I'll say it. I'm more excited for this show than I am WrestleMania because I want to see what's going to happen. Maybe it won't be great, might not be as great as WrestleMania, but I'm anticipating more for it. But let's go. Raw after WrestleMania 34. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it meh? Was it so-so? Were there enough returns? Title changes? It was good. Haha. But a little criticism after I do my review. So stay tuned for that. What would I have improved about this show? Let's go. Okay, so kicking off of the Raw after WrestleMania 24, what did we have? We had Stephanie McMahon show up. I was immediately against this until I saw how broken she looked walking to the ring. No. Not Matt Hardy broken. Not woken. But the angry scowl, the disappointed face, the really weird cast on her arm that I really didn't get. My friends and I were making fun of it, I'm a little immature, but it looked like a seatbelt. Just saying. She comes to the ring, promo, I made Ronda Rousey great, she can thank me, we're friends now, get out of here. And Rousey comes out and just breaks her arm all over again. Alright then, it looks like Austin versus McMahon, except this time we got Rousey versus McMahon. I was happy to see this again. I know the crowd popped great, but I'm worried. Why did this need to happen again? Does Stephanie come back and cost Rousey a match in the future? I really don't know. I don't know. I'm not against this right now, though. Moving on. I have the list here as usual. We had Nia Jax come out, and I was very confused at first because I wasn't sure if this was going to be a tag team match or a handicap match. What was going on? Title rematch? No. Did not have a title match on the show, by the way. Not Raw. But it didn't need it. That's one good thing about this show. Nia comes out. Good pop. She's obviously over with the crowd. Really good to see that. And then Bliss and James come out. Trash talking. But who's Nia's partner? Yes, it was a tag team match. I was thinking Asuka, Dana Brooke came out of my mind too. I was wondering, is this a big deal or something? I wasn't ready for a surprise here. I was just thinking Asuka. No. Ember Moon is finally on the main roster. That was a really good feel moment. It hasn't been the longest of waits, but I wasn't expecting it this quick because I figured if she was going to come up, she would have been in the Battle Royal at WrestleMania, but she wasn't. So I was thinking, okay, maybe SmackDown or maybe later on, because there's still a few people that haven't come up yet, and I kind of understand why. We'll get to that in a bit. So Ember Moon comes out, tag team match, a lot shorter than I was expecting it to be too. Nia putting in the work, tagging in Ember, Ember displaying, and then the Eclipse, 1, 2, 3, she pins Bliss. Ember got the pin, and Nia and Ember are happy. No surprises, good solid match, did what it needed to do. Moving on. We then had confirmation that the Braun Strowman Nicholas bit at WrestleMania was specifically just for a WrestleMania moment. Why? Because Braun and Nicholas relinquished the Raw Tag Team Championships. Disappointed? I understand WrestleMania moment. However, this kind of thing is something that might have happened maybe more than 15 years ago. I'm not against it, but in the end, I know there's going to be hate and love for both of it, but the titles are off of them. Calm down. Maybe Braun Strowman's going to go to SmackDown because this was the only time we saw him on the show. We'll find out. Now, what followed was later in a segment, Kurt Angle did something with those titles, and we'll talk about them. Next up, though, something I've been waiting for a long time. Not the greatest thing, but I knew he was going to come up sooner or later. Who am I talking about? No way. Jose. No Way Jose is on Monday Night Raw. It was good to see him. Good pop. He came out with the conga line and beat a jobber really quickly. I love that No Way Jose is here. Two problems, though. Remember what happened to Adam Rose? Hate to say it, but that might be the direction. I hope not. Because what happens if we turn No Way Jose heel? I don't know. Two, a jobber match. Not too impressed about that. But the worst part, and there actually is a worst, I'm criticizing a bit here, we could have actually had No Way Jose display a bit more. It was very short, and I did not see anything what I wanted from Jose. I know he's a great worker. I loved his match with Austin Aries at TakeOver a few years ago. Disappointed, but it's good to see No Way Jose. I'm not trying to put anything on him. I'm just trying to say it's No Way Jose, and fans are already worried about where his future lies. Don't start on a down path with not letting him display all of his talent. Didn't need to be all, but it needed to be more than what I saw. Just my opinion. Moving on. Now we have, I believe, on the list. I'm trying to go in order here. Professional. Kurt Angle with the tag team titles. The Bar go backstage. Kurt, we want our titles back. No. Nay. Kurt Angle decides to do a little small tournament, which I think he called the tag team eliminator. I don't really care what it's called. All I know is the Bar are not getting the tag team titles right away. Where are we going to see new tag team champions on Raw? Saudi Arabia. That's right. We are going to be seeing a confirmed title change at that show. I hope. If it's a draw, I'm not going to be happy about that. I want new champions at that event, please. So the Bar have already taken one side. They're in the finals, whatever you want to call it. They're getting their rematch against, we don't know yet. One of the first matches happened right after this of two to see. So I'm doing a terrible job explaining, and I apologize. We had two matches. The winners of those two tag team matches face each other next week on Raw, and the winner of that match will face the Bar at Saudi Arabia for the Raw Tag Team titles. The first match happened right after the break. It was your usual club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, taking on the Revival. Can't say too much about this match. We've seen it a lot lately. The Revival picked up another win. They're going to the finals next week to face a team we'll discuss later. I'll say one thing, though, for what it was, Anderson, I loved your enthusiasm. When he got that tag, it was fun to see him go. And I loved that shatter machine they hit. It was a good one. So trying to make the best out of that situation. Moving on, we had a segment with the new Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins, come out. I'm the champ. Look at me. Finn Balor came out. He wants a title shot. Miz came out. He doesn't seem to be taking time off. Does not seem to be. With the Miztourage, I want my title back. You made my daughter cry. You made my wife cry. You made me cry. Doubt that's true. But doesn't matter. It looked solid, and it looked like we were going to have a match right there, or at least a beatdown. But who comes back? Jeff Hardy. Good to see Jeff Hardy back, and no immediate complaint about him coming back either. No immediate fighting either, though. He just came out, got the pop, came in the ring. Hey, you want to go? You want to go? Nope. Miz and the Miztourage left. But what followed in the announcement was very unpleasant for me. A six-man tag team match, and that also closed the show. Now, I know we have Jeff Hardy come back, and we have amazing talent with all these guys when used properly. But six-man tag matches do not sit right on ending the Raw after WrestleMania. I will always stand by that unless there is a worthwhile moment. And in this case, no, there wasn't. I'll spoil that right now. I was very disappointed to hear that this will be closing the show, and it doesn't sit right with me. So another criticism right there. Do not end the show on tag team matches, especially six-man tags, which we see tons and tons of other times. Supposed to be a special Raw. Keep it special. Moving on. We then had a women's match, Mandy Rose taking on Sasha Banks. Bayley came out right away, though, before the match even started. Looked like she was in Sasha's corner. The match went on. It was okay. And then Bayley accidentally hit Sasha. The ref missed it. Mandy Rose won with a knee in the ring. Yeah, Mandy Rose beat Sasha Banks. So in the past few months, every single member of Absolution has a win, pinfall win, over Sasha Banks. So not bad. Getting a little bit sick of this Sasha Bayley feud, though, because, in my opinion, they do not see any direction with it. They have no real direction to go with it. They haven't planned this at all. They're just letting it stay dry, and that's basically what it's been. So I hope they get split up by the shakeup next week. That's me hoping. I don't know, though. We'll see. Maybe Becky comes to Raw, but if she comes and tries to break it up, that's going to get annoying, too, until she has a definite side. I don't know. We'll see. Afterward, though, then it got a bit sad. Paige retired. That's right. She grabbed a mic, explained what was going on, said she loved the business. Thank you, fans. This is my house. Sad to hear, but I'm not sad anymore because of what happened on SmackDown, and we'll get to that in another video. Stay tuned. But for now, though, Paige is done with in-ring competition. Hopefully she can come back from it if she really has the passion to. If she doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Great career, fun. Missed you a lot of 2017 and 16, but that's okay. It is what it is. Moving on. And here is where it just about got mental. Elias came out, did his shtick with the crowd. The crowd was really into it, too. Elias obviously throwing them insults like Jericho did a couple of years ago, but the fans just love it and they'll cheer. Then he sings. And then it has been more than 10 years since we've seen this man in WWE. At least in a ring in WWE. I immediately became a fan of his when I watched him on DVD when I was starting to get into wrestling. And when I found out he wasn't in WWE anymore, I was like, "Oh, come on, I want to watch new stuff with this guy." Nope, can't do it, Apollo. He's not in WWE anymore, and he's back. Bobby Lashley is finally back in WWE. It was a good moment to see him too. I don't like that they changed his music. They should have stuck with the classic music they had originally. Again, I'm gonna throw shots at whatever I feel like, opinions, which you wonderful people have too. But Lashley came out, didn't do too much to Elias, hit a big stalling suplex. I hope that's not the new finisher. People are saying it might be. No. He has a spear, and please use the old Dominator, not the Power Slam. Strowman's here. We don't need two, okay? Okay. So Lashley's back. Hooray. Then we had another segment backstage. Kurt Angle and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Now, if you recall, they lost at WrestleMania to Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, which means their jobs on SmackDown Live are gone. G-O-N-E. Finito. Gone. So they're coming asking for a job. Kurt doesn't seem that interested right away, even throwing a little shot at TNA's hiring. Whoa! Slow down there, Kurt. You used to work for there. Okay? Was it good? Yeah, debatable. So, what he does eventually, he puts them in a singles match saying, "I have one free spot. The winner of your match will get it." Just like what happened with Jinder Mahal and Heath Slater in 2016. Remember the whole Mick Foley angle? That's basically almost the same thing. So that comes later. Then we had what a lot of people had been waiting for a very long time. A long time, at least debatably the summer of 2017. Debatable the summer or fall-ish of 2017, even after Survivor Series, Heath Slater and Rhino come out. They ask for an open challenge. New Day did that last year. They got the revival. What did Heath Slater and Rhino get? Authors of Pain, Akam and Razar, and Paul Ellering, which was great to see. It's finally nice to see them on the main roster. Part of me is happy right now that they're not on the same show as the Bludgeon Brothers, so that wasn't necessary. Good choice. But then the bad choice was made. What was it? It was like the No Way Jose bit earlier. Apparently less is more. And apparently the goal of tonight was maybe to just get the fan pop, not the best quality. And what I wanted here was destruction. I wanted the authors to tear them apart, make a big name for themselves. I kind of understand why they didn't, though, because they're not in the tag team eliminator. That's right, this was not a tag team contender match. It wasn't. That comes later. This was just the Authors of Pain debuting. It was just a quick match and just the last chance, last chancery. What am I talking about? Is Austin Aries here? Maybe. The final chapter, their finisher on Heath Slater 1, 2, 3. It was less than 5 minutes, I think, and I figured at least we'd be getting more destruction. Maybe not a table, but maybe throwing over someone over the announce table or super collider, a little bit more. But apparently less is more because, nope, not too much with the authors today. Maybe it's a better choice. Maybe. But they put on some great matches depending on who they've been working with. So come on, let's remember, the authors are pretty darn good. But then what happened? Sour notes. They ditched Ellering. That's right. Ellering was about to walk back up the ramp with them, but the authors are just like, back up. Not just like that. That would have been too funny. But no, Paul Ellering is no longer with the Authors of Pain. They're going solo. What I'm really hoping, Paul Ellering goes back to NXT and manages a new tag team. Let's use him, please. It's perfect. It's perfect in my opinion. The question is, will he want to? I don't know. I hope he still does, because if he does, let him. Don't know what team right now, but a team that really might need it. Maybe a new tag team that I heard debuted on NXT this week, I haven't watched it yet, that go by the indie name of War Machine. I can dig that. I'm not going to say what their new name is right now because I haven't watched NXT yet. I'm not going to try to spoil too much, but there's a big one right there if you haven't seen NXT yet this week that I heard about. Moving on. Then we had what a lot of people were waiting for, with a chorus of boos once again. Roman Reigns comes out and whines and says everyone's against him and yada yada yada. I was definitely not expecting Lesnar to win a WrestleMania, but I'm not angry about it. I was surprised about it. So now that Roman's going on this raid, I don't know what word might be appropriate for his character right now. You all might want to skip 5 seconds ahead if you find cursing a bit offensive. I'm not going to use a big one, but this is one I believe might be on the character of Roman Reigns right now. Okay, so skip right now. Bitch. Okay, that was it. Alright? I'm just throwing it out there. It seems like that's the character that Roman is really coming on now. The word that I just described him as. That's what I'm seeing and hearing. 'Cause then, who finally came back? The man that missed WrestleMania 2 years in a row. Very angry about that. Samoa Joe. Yeah, and he comes out. He starts throwing shots at Reigns. You whiner. You failure. You loser. I'm going to choke you out at Backlash. Wonder what that's going to mean. Because I'm starting to think, you all probably have heard by now, Roman Reigns is getting a rematch for some reason, because he lost clean at WrestleMania. As far as I know, maybe because of the blood loss and whatnot. Okay, fine. Either way, Saudi Arabia, Roman, Lesnar, cage match, universal title on the line. Brock does not have to be pinned or submitted to lose the title. All Roman has to do is get out of the cage. Do they want Reigns to win it there for that crowd that might be a little bit more loving towards Reigns? I'm not going to disrespect the crowd, but it could happen. It could happen there. We'll see. Otherwise, Brock's just going to keep holding it until we get Brock Lashley. There's a SummerSlam prediction right there, brother. Please, I want to see that match. Please let me watch that match. And we'll see what happens there. I'm not sure right now. Anyway, moving on. Samoa Joe's back. Good stuff. Then we have the second match to determine who's going to face the Bar at the Saudi Arabia show, and they're going to face the Revival next week. It was Titus Worldwide. Oh, excuse me, I'm going to be a little more positive. It was Titus Worldwide. My arms aren't even on camera right now. Well, a little bit of them. Taking on Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. Good choices. Fun match too. We had applause of an athletic move, I think, from either Titus or Apollo, and they were clapping too. It's just like, oh man, it's so fun to see Bray in this character now, and everyone just enjoying it. Obviously, Bray and Matt Hardy win, and obviously they'll beat the Revival next week. If they don't, maybe it'll be a draw of some kind, and we'll get a triple threat, which would be nice because the Revival, can we use them, please? Or they lose and go to SmackDown the next night. That would be my preferred choice. We will see what happens next week. Moving on, though. We had Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn, and this match was match of the night for Monday Night Raw. Oh, it was fun. It was a fun match to watch, brother. I'm telling you the truth right there. They did all the old stuff, some of the best spots they did in 2016, but what was the end result? Palooza kick. Oh, no, we can't go for the pin. Pop-up powerbomb. Nope, can't go for the pin. Rolling out of the ring. Kevin does his wonderful pickup suplex from the second rope on Zayn to the floor, and the ref counts them both out. By floor, I mean in the ring. That's right, an old traditional 10 count. Neither could get up, neither could make the cover. Draw, neither are on Raw as far as we know. And they weren't on SmackDown either. There's a spoiler right there. Okay. I wonder what we're going to do with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. NXT, are they going to TNA? I doubt it. I'm just joking there. Moving on. We had a backstage segment, which I found absolutely hilarious. Jeff Hardy, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins getting ready for their match against The Miz and The Miztourage. Jeff runs into Matt Hardy. Cute little segment. Then Bray Wyatt shows up. Brother Nero gives Jeff a hug, and they just walk away. And then Finn and Seth are looking at Jeff like, what the heck was that? Jeff's like, just a funny little segment. Moving on. We had the six-man tag match, like I said. Nothing too special. Good to see Jeff win again, but he didn't get the pin. Seth just pinned Miz again after another stomp. Not something I agreed with. And then a finisher fest, like every finisher to the Miztourage. It's just like, okay, we know you're getting a tag match. Let's just bombard you with finishers after, okay? And they did. And so ends the Raw after Wrestlemania 34. A very fun show, and it didn't need to rely on title changes, just a lot of surprises. I liked it. I liked it much better than last year's. 2016 was good, and it's a debate. It's a debate. I love 2016. I love this one too. A few things I would have recommended though. I would have preferred I had a good point. I'm trying to remember what it was. A lot of things is what I'm trying to go over right now before I have to end this wonderful video, watched by you, the wonderful viewer, and hopefully subscriber. I wanted Lashley's spot instead of Elias. I would have much preferred his spot to be against the Jobber. Believe it or not. Now, hold on. Because at least Lashley could have had a match and totally destroyed his opponent, too. So, just would have been fun for me to see. And I would have rather seen No Way Jose instead of a match, instead of facing a jobber. He could have come out during Elias' segment because it's music versus music. You know, it's just like that. It's easy. And they would have worked perfectly, in my opinion. We'll see what happens, though. We got lots of time to go. Shake up next week. Saudi Arabia show coming up. I think I'm going to be doing predictions and result and review for that, too. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought of the Raw after WrestleMania 34. Did you enjoy it? Was there something you were expecting? Anyone you missed? A few people didn't show up. That's okay, though, because NXT is a great place, and there's a few feuds we need to finish. For example, Almas, not right away, please. Him and McIntyre have some unfinished business. Sanity, if the offers came up, who else is left to take on Undisputed Era right now? Sanity needs to stay a bit longer, in my opinion. And there's others, but we'll get to those later. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day. I will see you in the SmackDown review video, hopefully in the same day. Keep it real.